So we've been doing our series here, some of the top 10 shortstops in the MLB in 2024. So we've done a lot of positions. Last week we've done third base. We did rather third base. This week we're going to look at shortstop. So who are some of the best shortstops in the MLB in 2024? These lists again are going into 2024 season. So again, these guys were projecting who's going to be in the top 10 going forward playing next year. We're looking also what they did last year, what they're going to do this year. So this is more what they're going to do. But we do look at what they've already done. Age is a factor maybe for guys going on the downhill. We predict that a little bit. Guys going uphill, we predict that a little bit. To a new team, better team, worse team, things like that. So projecting what a guy is going to do 2024, who do I think is going to be the top 10 in 2024 as far as shortstops? Okay, so this guy made the top 10 just barely. Carlos Correa had an interesting couple years here. He had a 13-year deal in San Francisco. Then that kind of got voided because of an injury. Then he goes to New York, supposed to have a deal. That kind of got voided out kind of for the same reason. So he winds up with the Twins, kind of where he was. I could tell you, I could only imagine New York being this mad with the season he had. Really slow start for Correa. I do think he will pick it up, but it is concerning. Kind of a good second half. But I kind of still have him in the top 10. He could be higher than that, but not great from Correa last year. Need to see a little bit more. This is a projection name you may not know. The Nats, CJ Abrams. The Nets have a few young, good players. This is one of them. I think this guy could really get like 30 steals. Outstanding defense. CJ Abrams, I like his defense. Good quick bat. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think like had he be on a better team, I think you might see more production out of him. But I think his production is coming up. I think this guy is ascending. Very good shortstop. CJ Abrams, I think lots of potential here with him. Here's another guy, J.P. Crawford, and a good Mariners team. This guy can really hit. I think this is more offense here. I think this guy can wind up getting 20 home runs, 80 RBIs for you. I think he's in the prime of his career. This is the best we're going to see of J.P. Crawford. Definitely can get into the top 5 on a good team. I really think he can hit for power. I really do. I really think, like, at the shortstop position, you don't have a lot of that. This is a guy definitely you could put in the top 10 because he hits for power. Now, very good list here. Darby Swanson might be the best player on the Cubs. He's funny. All those years he was in Atlanta, he was kind of a defensive guy. Had a good last year, and now he's kind of considered an offensive shortstop. Darby's really good. I think too, can he become a leader of a playoff team? That's kind of the only question with him. Can he be the best player on a team that actually goes to the World Series and wins it? I don't know. He's got to step it up just a hair more for that. But otherwise, he's very, very good. Top 10, definitely going to get you 20-plus home runs here. Xander Bogert. Bogert was pretty good last year at the end. Had a terrible start. Look, Padres signed him for a lot of money. I can tell you, too, Red Sox fans were crying all year long that this guy was gone. They were really sad. He was one of their guys they brought up through their system and one of the leaders. Bogus, I think, is going to be good all year long. I don't think he necessarily was so enthusiastic, frankly, by going to San Diego except for that huge contract. So we will see. He's got to bounce back for them if the Padres are really going to get anywhere. They've lost some pitching. The Dodgers made some moves, so they're really hoping that Bogert can get them back up there. Bichette, just got to get him on the field. That's the only reason why he's not higher. He's missed some games a couple years here. So as good as he is, he's kind of missed some games. I don't want to put him in the Trout category where he misses games. He's on the field. He's terrific. Hits for power, hits for average, hits feel good defensively. He 5'2" all the way around. Just gotta like be more consistent, getting him on the field. Misses some games with injuries, and I think that's a large part of the problem. I think like the Blue Jays have that same problem. You get more Bichette, you can win some more games. Bobby Witt Jr. Uh, Bobby Witt's terrific. He's got this is what the Royals are going to build around. They gave him a huge contract. Hopefully, the new ownership is listening in Baltimore when it comes to Adley Rutschman and Gunnar. This is going to be the template. This guy's a stud. Hits for power, hits for average. Definitely, he's one of he's the building block that they're going to build around. Absolutely. So the Royals, they don't have a really good team, but they do have a star. Bobby Witt is like number 4 in terms of the best player there. Number 3, Francisco Lindor for the Mets. Mets kind of in the same boat as the Padres. How good are the Mets? Not sure. It feels like they took a step down a bit. But I tell you, this guy is fantastic. Definitely has all the tools. He's a guy, and you can see this like growing up in baseball. A lot of guys in baseball at the lower levels, we talk about minor league baseball, well, not even minor league baseball, like even at the lower levels, like high school and college and all that. Where do you see the best players? You see them at shortstop, you see them at catcher. You see that a lot of the time, other than pitcher. This guy, you could tell, like he's the best player all of his life. Definitely hits for power. Definitely he can play multiple positions. Definitely a guy. This was the bright spot for the Mets. I thought him and Alonso as far as average. Lindor missed some games. That's about it. Number 3, he's really, really good. Trey Turner, another one, like kind of tale of 2 seasons. Didn't really start out well in Philly last year. End of the year, the stats look just like Trey Turner. He's terrific. I think there's no question about how good this guy is. He was good when he was in Washington. He was good with the Dodgers. He's going to be good with Philly. He hits the ball, a power hitter. He'd be a good power hitter, even at he's not a good power hitter for shortstop. He's a good power hitter for anywhere. Kind of reminds me of Coward, the way he plays. Kind of like just the steady, consistent, kind of like steady and consistent, really gritty. And he really fits Philly the way he plays too. Some guys like don't fit there in Philly. He does. I think he's an absolute fit there in Philly. I think he's one of their best players. Trey Turner, one of the best in the league. Number 1, and I gotta say, as good as those other guys were, there's a pretty wide margin here. Corey Seager, number 1. If you saw the World Series, you're not questioning this. This guy's, I think he's definitely one of the guys. If you tell me not only is he the best shortstop, he's the MVP of the league, I'm not going to argue a whole lot. He's really good. Seager hits for power. I think people, though, he's kind of under the radar with how good he's been. He's been really good for a while, but now Rangers are better. He's better. So good job for Corey Seager getting number 1 shortstop in the MLB 2024. Really good stuff. Seager is fantastic. I think a lot of those guys on the list are fantastic.